Pastor Chooks Obina Ogoye. Pastor Chooks is the lead pastor of Resurrection Life Church in Johannesburg. He is a passionate teacher and preacher of the Word of God and has been blessed by God with the uncanny ability and gift to explain and unpack deep and complex spiritual truths in very easy to understand and apply formats. Pastor Chooks has been involved and active in marketplace ministries. He's an entrepreneur and business consultant with an avid passion for raising other entrepreneurs and business leaders. He has taught and facilitated many leadership and entrepreneurship courses and seminars. He is the host of broadcast programs on Facebook, YouTube, and several podcast channels. Living the Life with Pastor Chooks, The Amazing Power of Woman. Thank God it's Friday.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to another Friday evening. It's Thank God It's Friday. It's when we talk relationship wisdom. On Fridays, we learn wisdom from the Word of God on how to handle our relationships, whether we're married, whether we're single. It doesn't matter, our state, relationships. And tonight, we are going to be looking at an exciting topic. The topic for tonight is building biblically healthy emotional connections. Building biblically healthy emotional connections. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. All right, so let me preface and lay the foundation for this. All relationships, for a relationship to be authentic, to be lasting, has to have some element of emotional connection. Except if the relationship is a pure business relationship where, it's just the business we do. But the moment a relationship has to do with people, there has to be a measure of emotional connection to it for it to be real. Why? Because we are human beings, we are emotional beings. And there has to be emotional connection between two people for their relationship to be real. If a relationship has no emotional connection, it's maybe purely a work relationship, and people are not connecting at a level. However, there is an emotional connection that is appropriate for the type of relationship. You see, if a relationship is romantic, if a relationship is a romantic relationship, we expect to have deeper emotional connection in that relationship than when a relationship is just a friendship. You see, so there is a level of emotional connection that is appropriate for every relationship. So tonight we're talking about building healthy emotional connections. So let me talk about a romantic relationship. A boy meets a girl meets a boy. They meet in church, or they meet, in a social activity or whatever, and they begin to connect and they begin to build a relationship, or they begin to connect. They realize, okay, I like this person. I'm trying to get to know them. There is a healthy measure of emotional connection required to be able to build a relationship. If a relationship is actually, when I'm talking about a relationship, a long-term relationship that honors God and glorifies God is going to develop in that connection. It is because the two people have intentionally built healthy emotional connection. And it is that connection that actually establishes the veracity of what they see in each other. Now, one of the things that happen is that a lot of times when, a guy meets a girl and they hit it off, and people do not spend the time required to build a connection. In these days, people even start having sex straight up, and they have not built that emotional connection. Because it takes emotional connection to really know somebody, and you cannot say you love somebody you don't know. Now, Love, when you say I love somebody, it's because you know them. You have come to know them. And when we say you know somebody, there's a measure of emotional connection that has been invested in the relationship for you to say you truly know somebody. So let me define an emotional connection. An emotional connection is a feeling of connection or bonding, a link with somebody. There's a feeling that you know this person, you're connected with this person. And like I said, depending on the type of relationship, there's a measure of emotional connection that is appropriate. If a relationship is not meant to be a romantic relationship, there's a measure of emotional connection that can become inherent in the relationship that's inappropriate. So that's where you have, what is called an emotional affair. Because now there's now an emotional connection that is inappropriate for the quality or for the kind of relationship. If a relationship is just supposed to be a platonic relationship, there's a measure of connection that now becomes inappropriate. So that's what we're talking today, building biblically healthy connection. The connection has to be appropriate to the type of relationship that is there. So it's an emotional connection, a feeling of connection. It's a closeness, all right? It's a feeling that you understand this person and you connect with this person. It's a feeling of this person understands me a little bit and I know this person. We have a friendship, we have a connection. And it comes as a result of getting to know someone and accepting that person. If you meet someone today and you spend some time talking with them, there's some connection that is there. And then if we explore the relationship and, grow the relationship, the connection gets deeper. The emotional talk between us deepens. All right. So there is no genuine intimacy without emotional connection. So if someone says, okay, this is a dating relationship with a view to build something worthwhile for the future, and there is no emotional connection, you know that this is a fraud. This is a fraud. And many people have found themselves in such fraud where you are supposed to be dating someone and you are supposed to be working towards a long-term relationship, and there's emotional disconnection, and you can see that this person is not emotionally available. You can see that this person is deliberately and intentionally withholding themselves from getting emotionally connected with you, getting emotionally because they don't they're not investing. It's a sign that nothing is going on here. It's a sign that you should reconsider what you think you have with this person. Okay, so I want to deal with an aspect of this conversation tonight, and then next Friday I'm going to deal with another aspect of this subject of emotional connection. Today I want to talk about specifically how to establish an emotional connection with someone. So I'm assuming now that we want to build a romantic relationship going forward. You want to build a long-term relationship with this person, because this is a relationship between a boy and a girl, all right? And we want to build long-term. Okay, how do you establish an emotional connection? Number one, you study the person. Study the other person. Try to understand who they are, how their mind works. Try to understand what they need and what they want in life. In getting to know them in the first few meetings that you're spending time, ask questions that help you understand who they are and understand what they want in life, and also understand what they want from you. What do they want from you? Those are questions that you will answer over some time. Obviously, it's not in the first meeting, but as you begin to spend time together, connect, go on social functions together, social activities together, you are trying to find out who are they? What do they want in life? Where are they going? What's important to them? What are their values? What is their upbringing? What are they looking forward to? How do they see themselves 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? What wakes them up in the morning? What causes them to sleep well at night? Those are questions that you want to ask of that person and from that person. You see, so as you understand them, it begins to let you know whether it's someone that you can really connect with emotionally or not. You see, if their values are obtuse to yours, their values are really obtuse, they're going this way, you're going this way, you find that it's going to be very difficult to have emotional connections. Because the more our values are aligned, the more the emotional connection that we can establish. The more our values are aligned, the more we can, develop an emotional connection. So that's the first thing. Develop a mindset to study this person. Study this person. Just get to know who they are. And like I said earlier, you cannot say you love somebody you don't know. And it's amazing how people say, no, I'm in a relationship with so and so, and you really don't know them. And you don't know them. You don't know, where they are going, what they stand for. No. You need to study them. All right? So those are the things that, in trying to establish an emotional connection with somebody, study them. Number 2, develop trust. Develop trust. Be deliberate. Be deliberate to prove trustworthy. Be deliberate to be dependable, to be trusted. What does that mean? Do what you said you will do. Do what you said you will do. Let what you say, what you think, and what you do be harmonious. In other words, don't say what you don't mean. Don't say what you don't mean, and don't act what your heart is not saying. This is very, very important. We are living in the days where people don't have integrity anymore, where people are dishonest to the core. And those are the things you need to look out for. Is this person being real to you? Is this person, being trustworthy? As you relate with this person, be noting instances and occasions of untrustworthiness. Yeah. Because there can be emotional connection where there is no trust. Trust is the basis for emotional connection. So develop trust. From your side, be trustworthy. You said you will come on Saturday by 2 p.m. Be there on Saturday by 2 p.m. If something happens and you're not able to meet up, integrity means connecting with this person or contacting this person to say, I am sorry, I promised I'm going to be here by 2 p.m. on Saturday. Some things have come up, I am not able to make it. That makes you trustworthy. Someone says, I'm going to pay money at so and so date. When that date comes and that money, is not paid, be a person of integrity. Be honest enough, be trustworthy enough to call to say, I am sorry. I'm supposed to have paid you so and so on so and so date. I am sorry, something came up. I am not able to meet up the obligation that I committed to. You see, that makes you trustworthy. So that person knows that when you make a promise, you will fulfill it. And if you're not able to fulfill it, you can communicate. Keeping quiet and zoning out makes you untrustworthy. Because here the person is thinking, oh, he's going to come through, and then they don't come through. You're not trustworthy. Don't keep quiet. If you made a promise, follow through. Those are the things that help develop trust. The stronger the trust, the stronger the emotional connection. Let me say that again. The stronger the trust, the stronger the emotional connection. Number 3, be emotionally available. Be emotionally available. In other words, be willing to be emotionally vested in the relationship. Allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable. Allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable. Be available emotionally. Don't zone out. Don't lock this person out where they can't They can't know what you're feeling. They can't know what you're thinking. No. Be emotionally available. And one of the signs that you know that a relationship is going nowhere if the other person is emotionally unavailable. Yeah, you're struggling to figure out where they are. You're struggling to figure out what they are thinking. You're struggling to figure out how they feel about something, how they feel about a matter. If you are noticing that you are being emotionally stonewalled, you are emotionally being blocked, know that this relationship is not going anywhere. All right, number 4. Show appropriate affection. Show appropriate affection. There's a level of affection that is appropriate for every relationship. And at every relationship level, there's an appropriate affection. I shake your hands. That's a show of affection. I give you a hug. That's a show of affection. Show appropriate affection for where you are with this person. And in other words, do not, be overtly affectionate. It makes you suspicious. I just met you for the first time. And then, the next time I meet you, you are wanting a deep kiss. Calm down. Calm down. That's a show of affection that is not commensurate with where we are. So let there be a show of appropriate affection. It's also what's the word? Blocking. Where I've developed some measure of connection with you, and then when next I see you, you are cold. When next I see you, you are cold. You're so cold. That coldness creates a barrier between us. Because I thought by now we some kind of friends, with some kind of acquaintance, and there is a level of affection that is commensurate with where we are. And I expected that show of affection when I see you, maybe a warm hug, a warm smile, a warm welcome, to show the affection of the connection that we had. But if I came and you treat me like a complete stranger, like you never know me before, like we never spent, the last three meetings that we had, and now you're like a stranger to me. It's a bad sign that we are not really moving forward in the relationship. You see, the depth of emotional connection is an indication of how we are progressing in the relationship. All right, I'm going to give you 3 more, but we want to take an ad break. We've got a message for you. Let's take that ad break. When I come back, I'm going to finish off for tonight. I'll see you just now. Sorry? Yeah.
The Single Ladies Boot Camp is a program for single ladies from all ages and backgrounds, run by Pastor Chooks and Toy Nogoye. Many unmarried women are frustrated, either sitting on the singles bench or struggling in difficult relationships. Why the vicious cycle? Are relationships supposed to be frustrating, painful, hurtful, often going nowhere for years? Women start questioning the existence of good men and of love itself. Some even come to the point of giving up on the idea of marriage altogether. The Single Ladies Boot Camp is run over a weekend, and throughout the sessions, ladies are able to explore and learn the principles that govern relationships and biblical standards for relationships. The Single Ladies Boot Camp also teaches how to attract what you are looking for, as well as answering the questions: is there anything wrong with being single? Why do you really want to get married? Why are you not married yet? How do I find a husband? How do I deal with the frustration of waiting to be found? These are all valid questions that single women ask themselves and often break themselves down in trying to answer them. The Single Ladies Boot Camp will answer all those questions and more, giving women a change in perspective, direction, and hope for the future. Pastor Chooks and Toy Nogoye are the lead pastors at Resurrection Life Church, Johannesburg, where they place a strong emphasis on family and relationships. Their expertise on relationships has helped hundreds of singles and couples over the years build strong and lasting relationships, and/or fixing broken ones through their Singles Ignition seminars, Single Ladies Boot Camp, marriage seminars, workshops, and conferences. They are the founders of the Power of Woman Academy and the conveners of the annual Power of Woman Conference. Pastor Chooks is the author of the best-selling book, The Amazing Power of Woman. Pastor Chooks and Toyin have been married for over 20 years, and it is their many years of experience in building their own marriage and in third-party marriage interventions that has equipped them with vital wisdom that they put together in these events. For more information, visit www.slbc.co.za or WhatsApp 081 421.
Welcome back. That was Single Ladies Boot Camp. If you are single and you are a lady, this camp is for you. At the Single Ladies Boot Camp, it's an online camp where we spend a whole weekend, Friday all the way to Sunday, getting into what it takes to be happily married, how to attract the right man, how to offload some baggage that is stopping you, and how to make sure that what God has for you in the area of marriage, you are on course with it, right? We have, I think, 2 more. The dates for our camps for the rest of the year, it's on our website, slbc.co.za, slbc.co.za. Please go there and investigate about the camp. You know, there are testimonies there. There are other information about what the SLBC camp is about, and we'll see you at the next camp. Okay, let me get back to what I'm teaching and just finish up for tonight. All right, we are talking about how to establish an emotional connection in a relationship. How do you build emotional connection in a relationship? I've given you 4. Study the other person, number 1. Number 2, develop trust. Number 3, be emotionally available in the relationship. Number 4, show appropriate affection. And then number 5, handle conflict and disagreement carefully. Handle conflict and disagreement carefully. It's not that you should never have a disagreement, but how the disagreement is managed is the issue. You know, we can fight for love, not fight to kill. We can fight for love. We can fight for our relationship. So when I don't agree with you, how we resolve that can actually create emotional bond that is stronger. So that's why you got to be careful. You know, don't attack somebody because you don't agree with them, or because, you know, there's something that they put on the table that you don't agree with. You don't have to attack them. You don't have to, you know, hit at their person. No, you can agree to disagree. You can agree in a way that the relationship is still intact. All right. So handle conflict and disagreement carefully. Look at the issue on ground and deal with the issue, not the person. Deal with the issue. All right. Let me give you another one. See through the other person's eyes. Try to see how they are looking at things, how they are understanding things. Okay, that helps you connect with them. See the world through their eyes. Try to, you know, to see how they are looking at this situation and understand it. So that way you are able to see where they're coming from, and you'll be able to connect with them better. In every relationship, the more you can see through the other person's eyes and feel what they feel and see how they see, the better you'll be able to connect with them emotionally. This is so important. All right. And then number 7, this one is very key. Confront challenges together. Confront challenges together. The more we overcome together, the more connected we are. The more we go through things together and come out on the other side victoriously, the more emotionally connected we become. So if someone has a challenge and you jump in with them in through the situation and we push it through, there's an emotional connection that pushing through that challenge creates. So if there's a problem, we need to define the problem. You know, sit down and define the problem, and then sit down and decide on what the solution is, and then execute together. You see, if we have a challenge and then you do not join me to find a solution, that creates an emotional disconnection, because I feel like you bailed out on me. I feel like, you know, and when I needed you, you were not there. But if I have a challenge and then you join me to properly articulate the problem, and properly articulate the solution, and then you jump in and throw in your weight to help look for the solution, then you know that we have truly connected. We are truly, there's a relationship here. So building an emotional connection requires study the other person. Number 2, develop trust. Number 3, be emotionally available in the relationship. Show emotional connection. Invest emotionally in the relationship. Number 4, show appropriate affection. Number 5, handle conflict and disagreement carefully. Don't scatter the relationship and scatter the person and destroy the person because you don't agree with something. No. Handle your disagreement carefully. And then number 6, see the world through the other person's eyes. Try to see how they are seeing things. Try to understand where they're coming from. And the more you understand where they're coming from, the more connected that they feel with you. You see, because emotional connection is that this person understands me. This person knows what I've gone through. This person knows the pain I'm going through. And they can, identify with my pain. It creates an emotional connection. They can identify with my pain. Every one of us want to feel that someone else understands us and understands where we're coming from, that we're not crazy, that we're not stupid. So see life through the other person's eyes and understand what they're feeling. The more you can identify with how they are feeling, the more you're connected. That's why the Bible says that we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses. So God is able to look through our own eyes and see where we are and sympathize with us and bear with us. He knows, Bible says that he knows our frame. He knows that we are dust. So he's able to see, that this person fell not because they are so promiscuous. They fell because, 1, 2, 3, 4. So God is able to understand, where we are coming from and able to sympathize with us. That's why the Bible says we have a high priest who connects with us very powerfully. So even God uses this principle to build emotional connection with us. And then number 7 is confront challenges together. Deal with challenges together, understand what the problem is, craft the solution together with this person, and then pursue the solution together, execute, and then there's the bonding. All right, I'm going to stop there for tonight. I hope I helped you. I hope I dropped something that you can use and to gauge if a relationship is going well. When you say a relationship is going well, it's developing well, is that we are developing emotional connection. We are developing emotional connection. That's a relationship is going well. And next week we're going to be looking at the signs that tell us that we are connecting emotionally. Signs of emotional connection. What do you see? That you see that the relationship is actually progressing and doing well. That's what we're going to be dealing with next week Friday. For another edition of Thank God It's Friday. I look forward to you joining me. Tell your friends. Invite other friends of yours and colleagues, and let's hang out next Friday for another edition of Thank God It's Friday. Till then, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the goodness of God over this weekend, and I'll see you next Friday at Thank God It's Friday. Good night.
Why are you still single? Do you feel you're not ready yet? Do you say it's not my time yet? Have you made mistakes in the past and now you're stuck in a complicated situation? Or perhaps you've given up totally on the idea of marriage? Why not join Pastor Chuks Ogoye, author of the Amazing Power of Woman book, and his wife, Pastor Toyin, the founders of the Power of Woman Academy, at the next Single Ladies Boot Camp to explore and answer your questions. A big miracle could be waiting for you. For more information, visit www.stlbc.co.za or WhatsApp 081 421 0835.